Good morning, children. In the last class, we have seen that we can increase the fertility of the soil by adding manure, compost, and cow dung, etc. Now you see the second paragraph. Biotic resources are renewable resources. They can multiply and are naturally renewed by the process of reproduction. For example, forests can be regenerated by afforestation. What do you mean by the term afforestation? Afforestation means increasing vegetation cover by planting new trees. Afforestation means increasing or making more and more vegetation cover by planting new trees. In a simple way, afforestation means planting more trees. Deforestation means cutting the trees and making the forest empty. Now the point B, non-renewable or exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources are substances whose stock decrease and gradually disappear with use. Exhaustible resources are substances whose stock decreases and gradually disappear with use. Overuse of the things can be one day it will get finished. They cannot be replenished or recovered. So they are called non-renewable resources. What do you mean by non-renewable resources? The resources that cannot be renewable or cannot be remade. So once again you see the resources that cannot be replenished or recovered. So they are called non-renewable resources. They are abiotic resources whose quantities are more or less fixed because their formation takes millions of years. They get exhausted, means get finished. That is, they are usually destroyed with use. Example, fossil fuels and minerals. It includes petroleum, diesel and oil. If you use it so much for our use, one day it will get over. So it will not be available for the coming generations. The next point, based on the stages of development, resources can be classified into two, that is potential resources and actual resources. Potential resources, the power of water, wind and waves can be harnessed to produce energy. Mineral deposits lie buried in mountains and oceans. Though these resources have the capacity to fulfill human wants, they may not be utilized until technically know how to make them accessible and usable. Even now, there are vast reserves of resources which cannot be used presently with available technology or infrastructure. These resources which exist but cannot be exploited presently remain as stock for the future use. They are termed as potential resources. For example, water in the ocean which we cannot use for drinking purpose. By the process of desalination, we can solve the problem of shortage of water. But the process is difficult and extremely costly. We do not have proper expertise to use it. But our future generations may be able to do so with further advancement of science and technology. What do you mean by the word desalination? Desalination means removal of salinity from sea water by scientific procedure using modern sophisticated technology. In the sense, the sea water making it use for us to drink. Now we were seeing there are two kinds of resources under the head of based on the stages of development, that is potential resource, other one is actual resource. What is a potential resources means we have enough and more resources, but we are not grown that much scientifically or technologically to utilize this so-called resources. So we have stored it, we have kept it for the coming generations. This storing of resources, or we are called this storing of resources is mainly called, it is of potential resources. It is already there. In the coming years, coming generations, maybe you or maybe your generations, coming generation may find out something good enough to use all the resources that are present on the earth. Now coming to the actual resources. What is this actual resources? Natural substance whose location and condition have been determined and which are already being utilized by present generation are termed as actual resources. The presently with the technology, scientific development and the technology, the resources we are utilizing, we are using is called actual resources. The area which area with any particular resource is surveyed, found out. The quantity and the quality and quantity and quality of the resource is determined. Again, finding out the survey, the particular mineral where it is there, that is finding out. Again, the quantity and quality of such mineral is looked up, find out, and then it is obtained and put into valuable use. Then it can be how we will be using it, how it will be, whether it will be useful for us more or less. The coal and iron reserves of USA, which have helped in rapid industrialization of the country, are the actual resources. Now in USA and all, they are using it at the coal mines. Even India is also smart at using the coal mines, the things what we have it. So there are two kinds of resources: potential resources, what is kept or stored for the coming generations, they will utilize it with the new technologies, and the actual resources means what we are using it at present with the development of the scientific technologies. Now, on the basis of ownership, resources may be classified into the following types. First one is individual or personal resources owned by an individual, example land, house, wells, orchard, etc. Now coming into the individual ownership, we have got, you have got your house, you have got your land to cultivate something, you have got your own wells to drink water, and you have got your own fruit garden, maybe, may not be, whatever may be. All these things belongs to your particular family, your particular person, the parents. Coming to the community resources, example ponds, park, playgrounds, roads, which can be the school, all these school which can be used by all members of the community. The things that are like a Divya school, it is in this locality, that it is for the community, and without the children, if they are not there, what's the meaning of school? So this is a community resources. Now coming to the national resources. What is this national resources? Forest, wildlife, mines, water and land resources within political boundaries of the country, and everything that belongs to a country are national resources. All these things belongs to us, and as a for a country, for a nation, for India. Now the world resources are the sum total of resources of all countries. First it is of persons, then it is of again the communities or the localities, again it is of national or the Indian, or the again it is worldwide, that is called world resources. Now on the basis of distribution, ubiquitous resources, example sunlight and sunlight, wind, etc., which are found everywhere. Ubiquitous means found everywhere in the entire world. People here in India, in this particular place is called Bethanoti, get sun, get rain, get wind. Same way people in America or Paris, all these people also get rain, wind, air, all this. So these are called ubiquitous resources. Now coming to the point B, localized resources, example coal, petroleum, which are found in particular place on the earth. Like Jharkhand is special for finding out the coal mines. Same as in Odisha also. There are many coal mines, Jaria, Badbil, Joda, all these places there are lot of coal mines, and these are the localized resources. Now, the utilization of natural resources. The utility of a resource is determined by 3 or 4 things as we see. First one is the place where the resource is found, that is its accessibility. Second one, the form in which it occurs, its quality. First one is the place where it is found, the resource is found. Second one is its quality. Third one, the awareness of the people about its presence and use. Third one, it is the awareness, the locality of the people are unaware of it. The fourth one, the cost involved in acquiring the resource. We see utilization of natural resources concerned about 4 things. First one is the place it is available. Second one, the quality it has got. The third one, the awareness of the people. And the fourth one is the cost, the expense that we have to meet with it to acquire, to get that natural resources. Coming to the man-made resources. Over the years, with the advancement of science and technology, man made newer and better things by using natural resources to lead a comfortable life. These new things produced by man are called man-made resources or cultural resources. If you remember, the first page we have learned that 2 kinds of resources. What are those 2 kinds of resources we have learned? Natural and cultural or man-made. Here we are going to learn about the man-made resources. Many years are over, there are lot of things the people made, people invented to make it as a resource. Over the years, with the advancement of science and technology, man made newer and better things by using natural resources to lead a comfortable life. These new things produced by man are called man-made resources or cultural resources. For example, cotton is a natural resource, but man uses his expertise and weaves clothes out of it. This is a man-made resource. In course of time, he imitated nature and produced artificial synthetic fibers like nylon and polyester and synthetic rubber. This replaced the natural oneness in many cases. because of their better quality or due to shortage of natural ones. So man-made resources with which 90% of people's hand is there, and from one natural resource they learned, they used their intelligence to make something else. Like from the normal cotton, from the cloth they learned to make a synthetic, polyester, and all these things give us a good idea about the man-made resource.